Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to another video. It is currently Friday evening right now for me. It's about 4 p.m. here. So I just logged in and I just settled the, if you can see on the left side, the shadow event that was happening. So I just completed the Shadows of the Deep, completed all these things, and also the Tower of Magic, where I was 25 spots away from top 100. No. But anyways, I think I did pretty decent, all things considered. I rushed through the last 30 because I completely forgot to do it. But anyways. So, we do have some new heroes and a new portal that came out. So, naturally, I just want to talk a little bit about something here. In this week alone, starting from Monday, we've had Vernix come out as a new Wildcat hero, and then along with Vernix there was Fern. So there was a new 5-star, there was a new 3-star, and then the Magic Tower started. So we had Ragrim and Costume Camilla. So that's another 2 more 5-stars. And then they came out with Paimon, Zashar, Mael, and Agarov, which is, so now there's 2 new 3-stars, 1 new 4-star, and 5 new 5-stars. And then now with the Shadow Summon, there's a new hero here. So in a span of 1 week, we have 6 new 5-stars, 1 new 4-star, and 2 new 3-stars. How in the hell do you suggest people keep up with the amount of stuff that is coming out? I have no idea, man. Okay, look, I'm not complaining. It certainly is an avenue for content creators to come up with new breakdown videos, new things to kind of talk about in their in the amount of videos that they're coming out. And I know quite a few content creators who are coming out with a lot of breakdowns for heroes. I mean, you don't have to look too far. McNulty, Psychrosis, Eric Fizzle, who does 1 video each for every hero that comes out. You gotta admire the persistence and the consistency of these content creators to come up with so many new ones, new videos every time a new hero comes out. So in this week itself, they had to do 6 to 9 videos talking about heroes that will most likely get outdated within the next 2 weeks, just by the rate of the number of heroes coming out. So I'm here to jump on the bandwagon, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the two portals that are the latest one that came out. I'm not going to talk about Vernix because I have Vernix and I plan to do a video about testing Vernix. I'm not going to do Ragrim because I didn't pull Ragrim, and I think he's too simple of a hero to be talking about. Now I want to talk about these two because these two heroes that just got released, these 2 portals with the new heroes that just got released, have at least something to talk about. And I think this is something that now some people might say is in the wrong direction, because these heroes are not, to say, broken or anything like that. They are actually unique and pretty interesting. So when I say unique, I'll be very careful with the word that I use, unique, here, because it's not entirely new, but it's actually something that is a bit nice to kind of have, to play around in your roster. So I will start with Paimon here. So Paimon is part of the new Astral Demons, and I think the most notable thing about this is that they gain 3 or 6% mana every time when taking special skill damage. Now, whether or not they need to take direct special skill damage is not clear, but I do believe it's not. So if he gets hit by an AoE hit, he still gains 3 or 6% mana depending on the number of unique Astral Demons that you have on the team. And then 50 to 70% chance to cleanse a random cleansable status ailment from this character when receiving that special skill damage. So that's actually pretty good as well. Although not as good as the Beowulf family, because the Beowulf family is 75% and 100%, depending on one or two members. So there is a chance that you don't cleanse it. But the good thing about this is this passive. Resist mana ailments. Immune to status ailments and negative stacks that affect mana generation. Applies also to status ailments that block mana or steal mana. Now, it's not the same as mana reduction. They are still susceptible and they will still get hit with mana cuts, but they will not get affected by morph dust, which is funny because the morphs are still very prevalent in the meta right now, and it's so funny to have them releasing a hero so quickly that counters morph dust. And I think it's because they have released the morphs so fast and so frequent that most likely some bum-ass must be complaining about the morph dust, saying that it's so difficult to deal with the morph dust that they need to come up with a hero that completely resists morph dust. Now, it's a very different thing than resisting in terms of like how the astral dwarves and the woodland fawn family resist, in a sense that they gain mana if they resist it. This one is a little bit different. So they needed to add something else into it where so now you can't steal mana from them and you can't block mana. I don't know. It feels unique, but at the same time, I feel Astral Dwarves and Woodland Fawn would have a much better passive, but I guess that's more of the family passive rather than the innate passive of the hero itself. And this perfect accuracy, I think it's all applicable for all Astral heroes, so that's fine. Nothing too much about the special skill. I mean, dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies. It's nice to have this. Deals 440% damage to the target. Minor damage kind of sucks, but hey, at this point I'm not going to complain because of the high sword stat that they have. And this is fun. The target and nearby enemies get negative 50% accuracy for 4 turns, and they deal 450 damage to a random ally if they miss special skills during 4 turns. I like this kind of special skill because it feels unique and it feels like it will be fun, and it's fun for us as well when we are doing war hits or doing raids. If anybody records their raids when they talk about it in their channel, because it gives us a sense of its excitement. It's not the best. Again, I gotta say, people who are in the top tier alliances will not give a shit about this hero because they cater more for absolutes. They want something like I'm pretty sure the top flight meta players would really want it to say the target and nearby enemies get 100% negative accuracy for 4 turns, and then they deal 450 damage to random ally if they miss a special skill. But for others who wants a little bit of entertainment, I think Paimon is really fun. It's similar to one of the blue ninjas that was that came out a long time ago. I think it was some flying squirrel of a ninja. Don't quote me on that, but I do remember something like that. I used to be able to memorize every single name and every single special skill of a hero, but there's just so many right now that I just don't give a shit anymore. But yeah, I think Paimon is fun. It'll be fun to use him, and you can even use him in a 3 stack as well, in a hit 3 stack, which is still fine. So yeah, pretty fun, interesting hero. The next one is Zashar. I think this one is a bit wonky because you're dealing a huge amount of damage to the target, 610% damage to the target at fast speed. You boost the Zashar's health by 40%. And then this resonance things. The target receives resonance for 3 turns. The resonance deals 398 damage each turn, and they deal additional damage that reverberates to 3 random enemies. I want to see how this reverberate acts. So I kind of feel like I want him, but I'm not pulling for this. Deals 190% damage to a random enemy at the end of each turn for as long as the caster has boosted health. I like this. It's sort of like an additional damage. Kind of reminds me of Baldur. Now, of course, he's going to need help to get boosted health, And that's where, you can couple this with like older heroes like Fungustine, for example, who does a lot of boosted health, and I believe there are other green heroes as well that give boosted health. So yeah, this will be kind of fun, but I think the more fun one is definitely Paimon, for sure. So let me just look at the 3-star and the 4-star, because I honestly I just didn't really bother too much about this portal. I don't have the best of luck when it comes to this kind of portal, so I don't really care. I just wait for them to come out in the Covenant summons, and then I do my pulls there. Where is this? Okay, Agaroth. Taunt for 6 turns. Oh, very slow speed. Okay. All enemies get negative 24% attack for 6 turns, negative 24% defense for 6 turns, and negative 24% mana generation for 6 turns. I wonder where they see this from. It's freaking trivial. Without the damage. Instead, he gets a taunt. Okay, I take back my words on these heroes being fun. This. Okay, it's just the same. It's just the same special skill. It feels like they decided, hey, you know what? We don't have a Ludwig in 3 stars, so let me take Ludwig's taunt for 6 turns. Let me stuff it in this guy, and then people seem to think Trivial is annoying. Let me just take Trivial's ability and just stuff it here. And you know what? Since I put Ludwig and Trivial into this, and since this guy is a blue guy, he doesn't need to deal any damage. So yeah, what the fuck is this passive for then? This perfect accuracy. Yeah. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, anyways, it'll be fun, I guess, to have one copy just for fun. Then Mael, 285% damage to the target, has a 60% chance for additional hits on random enemies up to 3 times. Additional hits deal minor damage, resonance, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, I feel like they again, I don't want to chastise SG or anything like that, but it feels like it's very lazy. It's unique, don't get me wrong, but the damage numbers doesn't add up, especially when you think about 4 stars being a bit more higher in terms of HP and things like that. So I don't know, man. Like, I feel the 5 stars, they put a lot, they put significantly more effort into their 5 stars than 4 stars and 3 stars, which sometimes I know it is the chase thing to do because it's a business, but come on, why the hell would you introduce a blue Trivial that has nothing to do with perfect accuracy? I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining too much. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Astral Demons right now. Interesting that they allowed they allowed Astral Demons. I guess you can't use Devil, so you had to use Demons. I don't know. And then we have the new one here, Emily, 5-star cleric of the Institute family. So that means, so the bonus for mana generation will actually help her go from slow to, I suspect it will be average speed. So that's something to consider as well. Does have this Eldritch Pack thingy here, which, from my experience using double Demhalars in raids and in wars, has never came up for me that much. So yeah, just don't bother about that. So slow speed, cast full removal on a target. The target shifts into an Abyss Ghost form for 5 turns. While in Abyss Ghost, you take 319 damage each turn, and then when it expires, you deal 1,200 damage to all allies and inflict 15 insanity on them. Okay. Everybody is gonna say this hero sucks. I'm gonna say, when it comes to Rush Wars, this is gonna be really fun to use. Like, can you imagine, like in Rush Wars, you got every 6 tiles, you just make one guy become a ghost, and then you hit the next one with the you ghost someone that gives you a ghosting lane. You make the match, the blue match, in which you would ideally go someone who gives you that match in the ghosting lane. You put a ghost onto someone else as well, and then when they come out, the thing I realized about ghost form is that insanity still hits. So that's really good. That's really going to be fun to use Emily. Now, she's going to completely suck in any other wars outside of very fast, because you can't get this full removal on an engine unless you have Ludwig, or if you try to do it with Nautica, and you're so lucky that you get to hit 9 blue tiles every 3 turns. Sure, Emily's going to be fun. But in Rush Wars, oh, Emily's going to be awesome. So I want to see if this actually can, be something. But yeah, a lot of people are going to think she sucks. But oh well, I think she's fun. And I think we would like more. I would definitely like to see more heroes that are fun rather than more heroes that make sense. And what I mean by fun is that there needs to be a bit more creativity when it comes to heroes like this, because it's getting a bit boring. Things are getting a bit boring. Like, sure, the most OP heroes are definitely the ones that deal the most amount of damage at the most efficient rate. But then it's not fun. Like, I like doing my war hits. I like recording my war hits also to try to have fun as well. And at the same time try to win, which means you need to have something, some of the latest heroes combined with some of the older heroes as well to try to make things work. But if all the heroes that come out against, and you're going against heroes that make sense, that are extremely efficient functionally, then it's not going to be fun. Like put it this way, I kind of like Salvatore, even though I haven't maxed him, because he feels kind of interesting. I might level Salvatore, but I want to do a project on Vernix first. So let's see. Maybe I'll try to make Salvatore work in certain wars, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I think overall I kind of like the design. It's just that I wish it was a bit like average speed or something like that to make it more fun. But yeah, anyways, enough rambling. I think overall, the reason I'm doing this video is because it's just to highlight the amount of new heroes that are coming out, and I do believe, because it is not the end of the week yet, I'm predicting another new hero to come out within the next 2 days to kind of wrap up the week, so that we have 7 new 5 stars to come out in this week. But we do have 2 pulls here. I'm not expecting for anything, but my luck has been pretty okay, especially with doing the last 2 videos on pulls. So let's see what we can get. If nothing, I probably will not be spending anything on this portal as well. I don't really feel the need to. But yeah, good luck in doing your pulls. Hope you get what you want. By the way, this guy is freaking awesome. This would be the one that I would be going for if I really want to do pulls. And despite of what everybody thinks, I think Hysteria is actually quite fun to use as well. But that's just me. And I guess I shouldn't be comparing anything to. I shouldn't be comparing, fun and functional and things like that. I don't think I'm the right person to be talking about all those kind of things. But it's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want. And I don't expect everyone to agree with me as well. Who cares? Anyways, have fun. Enjoy the day. It is going to be the weekend soon. Thank God we finished the tower event already. I don't have to do anything during the weekends. I don't have to focus too much on this game. But do check out the live stream for my war hits that will be coming out on Sunday. We'll be having a blast doing the war, because we get to open the war chest as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will catch you guys on the next one. GG.